Hello everyone! Many of you have seen this green fabric on my pressing board for a long time. It really needs a good washing, and many of you have asked how I made my pressing board, so I thought I'd bring you along for the process and show you how you can make your very own pressing board. Now here we are down to the bare basics. I've stripped off the old cover and thrown that in the wash, and you can see I have just a scrap piece of plywood here from another project. This piece of board is about half an inch thick, and we cut it to 24 inches long and 16 inches tall, which is perfect for me in my studio. But what's really great is that you can make your board to whatever size suits your needs the best. Today I'm going to use an old towel that we've had for years and years, and I am going to use this as the insulation for my new pressing board. So the first thing I'm going to do is just spread that out nice and flat, and I'm going to take a Sharpie and I'm going to mark the outline of my board from one edge of the towel to the other edge, just like I'm doing here. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut the towel, and what this does is prevent a lot of bulkiness around the edges of our pressing board and a lot of bulkiness on the underside of our board as well. Now if you wanted to, you could run the edges of your cut towel through the sewing machine to keep it from fraying when you wash it the next time. I have about 20 old towels that I can use for this purpose, so we're just going to go ahead and continue on. Next, we're going to lay the board down nice and flat and bring over the edges of the towel, just like this. Now let's get some needle and thread and sew this shut. Today I'm going to use some Park Lane twine, and this is just crafter's twine that I picked up from Joann's for my journaling, but it is nice and durable and strong. You could use some embroidery thread or some yarn, anything that's going to withstand some pulling and some tugging. And I have a needle with an eye that's large enough to thread that twine through. I'm going to go ahead and start sewing. I'm going to start up here up at the top, and I'm going to leave myself a thread tail that is long enough to tie some knots here in just a minute. One of the reasons why I really like to use a towel is because you can see that finished edge on both ends of the towel. That is going to be strong and durable so that I can pull this towel nice and snug to my board. I'm going to start up at one end and just run my thread from one side to the other, all the way from the top to the bottom, much like a pair of shoes. At this point, I'm not really concerned with pulling the thread really nice and snug. I'm just running the thread all the way down to the bottom. You could use a staple gun if you wanted to staple your towel to your board. I like to hand sew mine on because at some point I would like to change this, and it's very easy just to snip these little threads and replace it with a new one. Now I'm going to go ahead and start tightening up all of my twine from the top all the way down to the bottom. I like to bring my towel in really snug to the board so there's not a lot of movement and shifting. My needle keeps coming unthread. We'll pull it over and make sure it's nice and flat on the front side. And just double checking, pulling everything nice and tight. Now we can go ahead and tie a couple knots at the very bottom. I usually tie 3 good strong knots, and then you can clip off the extra thread. This towel will serve as the perfect insulation for your pressing board. And just like that, we have step 1 finished. Now we're ready to go ahead and finish the cover of our pressing board. I have here some scrap fabric left over from a quilt backing. It is 100% cotton, so whatever you use, make sure that it is cotton. Make sure it is large enough to cover the front of your pressing board and large enough to bring over to the back side as well. I'm going to go ahead and pull it tight on the back side. Now today I'm using safety pins. If you are worried about the safety pins scratching up your work surface, you certainly could hand sew this closed as well. I'm making this cover so that it is very quick and easy to take off and wash my cover and put it back on. Just going to add 3 safety pins, securing that nice and tight. And now we can start with the ends. I'm going to treat this much like a Christmas present and fold over the one corner, nice and tight to the board. I am using a straight pin to hold these corners into place. I'm making really sure to bury that pointy end of the pin into that towel so there's no sharp pointy things that are going to prick my fingers when I'm working with my board. Now you can fold up all of that fabric onto the back side of your pressing board, nice and tight. Again, I'm using a safety pin and I'm going to go through all the layers of the fabric down into the towel and secure that safety pin. That's going to hold all of my layers nice and tight. We'll come over to the other side and repeat the process, pulling the fabric nice and tight against the board. Again with a straight pin into the side of the board, buried inside that towel. Pull up the extra fabric over the bottom of the board, nice and tight, and secure that with a safety pin. And now we have our perfect size custom pressing board, made very quick and on a budget. I would love to see pictures of your pressing board. If you want to join me over on Facebook or send pictures through Etsy, I'll have some links in the description box below. You can see this makes a perfect size pressing board. Very quick and easy. And it is very lightweight, so you can move this around your crafting room. I hope this gives you lots of inspiration to create your own pressing board. We'll see you all really soon.